Hey guys, Rob from AST here. So last week we talked about replacement behaviors, and now's a perfect time to talk a little bit about how to reinforce those replacement behaviors. So last week we talked about, in order to decrease a behavior, we've got to increase another behavior. And there's two ways to look at this from a reinforcement point of view. And they're both essentially differential reinforcement. But one of them is called differential reinforcement of alternative behavior, or often DRA. And the other one is differential reinforcement of other behavior, or DRO. These are two critical concepts for every BCBA, and there are two acronyms, DRA and DRO, that we throw around like crazy, because they're in our bread and butter wheelhouse. So DRA, or differential reinforcement of alternative behavior, is when you basically say, that replacement behavior I've identified, I'm going to reinforce that and only that. Now, nothing gets punished, nothing gets reprimanded, nothing gets a scolding or a wagging of a finger to. Everything else is just considered neutral. I don't care. It's just neutral. It's nothing. We don't give it anything. But that one behavior, that one reinforcement behavior, gets a heavy-duty, all-in dose of reinforcement. Praise, tangibles, edibles, whatever it is you're using, it's getting hooked up big time. Because we want that to be the best thing in the world. So when at the end of the day, that replacement behavior is way better than the old negative, challenging behavior the child was using. The flip side is something called DRO, or differential reinforcement of other behavior. In that situation, you are going to provide that same awesome high level of reinforcement to every behavior other than the negative behavior you don't want to see. So you're probably thinking to yourself, wait a second, does that mean I have to provide reinforcement every single second of every single day? Not at all. What we generally do in those cases is say, every 5 minutes that we don't see the negative behavior, we're going to provide reinforcement, that heavy-duty reinforcement. Or maybe it's 10 minutes, or maybe it's 20 minutes. It's some set interval. Now, if you know exactly what your replacement behavior is, if you know exactly what you want your child to do instead of the challenging behavior, DRA is always what you want, because it's specific, it's clear, it's to the point. But if you're not quite sure, or maybe you just don't even care, because the behavior is so extreme, or it's something that is a little bit unclear to you. Sometimes self-stimulatory behaviors like hand flapping kind of fall into this category. Well, in those cases, DRO, look at me going back and forth with the acronyms, DRO, that differential reinforcement of other behavior, that's the way you want to go. So those are the two critical concepts, and that's how we reinforce every replacement behavior. They're going to fall into those. You know, there's other subtle variations, but if you know those two concepts, you can reinforce and set up a system for just about any replacement behavior you want to teach. All right, hope that helps. Go use it, ask questions, pick up textbooks, read, learn. This is just to get you going. We'll talk to you next time.